So I went out tonight, just came home. As you can see, I have not even removed my makeup or changed into my pajama. I just want to sort of sit down and talk about something that happened to me tonight. There were a few guys that were really violent and aggressive towards me when I said no to them when they tried to hit on me. One of them even hit me on my face. I hit him back. But he was like just full on ready to hit me. Like if it wasn't because he was already like moving away from me and then like one of his friends was standing in between us, he probably wouldn't even mind hitting me. Like that is a kind of violence and aggressiveness this kind of guys have. And I don't even give credit to his friend because his friend also like just stood there, did nothing. He was just like standing in between us and that's it. And I didn't even say many words to this guy when he came to talk to me and say hi. I was just like, sorry, like just like that, like gestured that I didn't want to be talked to. And immediately this guy became very, very violent and aggressive. And then later, when the night ended, I was like waiting for my Uber. Another guy came talk to me. Again, I didn't want to be talked to. Honestly, when I go out, I kind of want to be left alone. I know it's just a normal thing. When you go out, people sometimes will come to talk to you. But me, personally, I'm like, maybe not. Yeah, I'm not interested in talking to strangers. That's just basically how I am. Okay, continued. I was waiting for my Uber and this guy came to talk to me. Like I said again, I didn't really want to talk. So when he asked what's my name, I basically said I'm fine, expressing and gesturing that I didn't really want to talk. So I said, it's okay, I'm fine. Basically, didn't answer his question of what's my name. Again, immediately became very aggressive. And he was like, I only want to ask for your name. Like, why are you being like this? You need to be polite to people. Polite, it's just basic. And why are you being so impolite? And I was really taken aback. So I told him, yeah, I'm not a polite person. You don't need to talk to me. And he again kept being aggressive. He was like, I didn't need anything from you. I didn't even want your number. I didn't even want your social media. Like, you don't have to be like that. You are so impolite and everything. At this point, I was well aware of what kind of people, what kind of guy this guy was. So I just refused to engage in the conversation. He just kept talking to my face and I basically just stood there and I was like, I would just turn my head away. Didn't say a word. I refused to engage in that conversation. So after a few minutes, he just walked away. So the reason why I wanted to tell you this story, of people who are so violent and aggressive immediately right after being rejected is because I realized something. Of course, when this happened to me, I felt upset. I mean, who wouldn't? When people are violent and aggressive towards you unprovokedly, like you didn't provoke them, all you did was simply say no. When those kinds of behaviors happened to you, it's very normal that you will feel upset. Or like maybe angry, like negative emotions. I think you have the right to. Someone on TikTok said every action guarantees a reaction. I think we are allowed to feel whatever emotion it is when things happen to us. After that, I got in the car and just came home. And then when I opened my door, when I was plugging in my key, I suddenly realized something. I was not upset anymore, or at least those negative emotions are 90% gone. And it was quite a short period of time since that thing happened to me. And now I've already felt better. And I suddenly realized that my ability to be unbothered has been improved. I think one of the big factors that contribute to my ability to feel better sooner is the fact that I allow myself to feel whatever emotions I have at that moment when things happened. I didn't try to suppress my emotion, or I didn't try to tell myself that, oh no, just don't care about those type of shitty people, like they don't deserve your reaction, they don't deserve you feeling upset. But it's like it's something that are done to you. You have the right to have feelings about those things. I didn't tell myself what I have to do. I just indulge myself and let myself feel, let myself process the emotion. I think that is a way healthier method to deal with negative emotions. Unfortunately, in your life, you will encounter people that are like really assholes to you, regardless of what you do. These type of guys that I encountered tonight, they are the kinds of people who are deeply insecure about themselves. They didn't think they worth much or have much value. But then again, that kind of mindset, that kind of feeling are very, very difficult to accept. So to cope with feeling deeply insecure about themselves, they need to have a fragile, inflated ego. And because those sort of inflated egos don't have a very solid foundation, like, they have not worked through whatever mental issues or whatever trouble they have in their life, they have not worked through that, they have not worked on themselves. So the inflated ego doesn't have a solid foundation. It's very fragile. They cannot take no. If someone say no to them is a direct attack to their self-worth. In the back of their mind, they immediately go, okay, she said no, it means I'm worthless. It means I don't deserve anything, or like I have no values, which is probably not true. However, that's what they think about themselves. They are very, very sensitive, and they don't realize that, or maybe they do realize, but they just either don't care or cannot change those things or are not willing to change. Those kind of behaviors further fuel the flame and strengthen the reality that nobody wants them. Because again, nobody wants to be around people who are overly sensitive, who have inflated but fragile ego, who become violent and aggressive the moment someone say no to them. So naturally, other people don't really want to be around them. I don't want to be around those kind of people. Okay, so back to the main point. After what happened, and then I came home and I realized that I am not that bothered. I'm not that upset anymore. I have this thought to myself, as long as I am not in imminent physical danger and I have enough money to survive, nothing is actually a big deal. Nothing matters that much. As long as I'm safe and I have enough money to survive, every other things, yeah. Basically, that's what I realized after what happened tonight. So I just kind of want to share this with you guys. And maybe some of you who are having some problems in your life, I don't know what kind of problems you are going through. So I'm not gonna minimize your problems or invalidate anything that is happening to you right now. I'm just speaking things from my perspective that sometimes we have the power to not let the insignificant things, the insignificant people affect our life negatively, at least not for long. Okay, that's it. Thank you for listening to my rambling, and I'll see you in my next video where I'm gonna be. Yeah, I think I'm going against my words now. I'm gonna be like, crying and like having some sort of problem in the next video, but I'm good now. I'm fine now, okay? See you. Stop. How do you say it? Guarantee. How do you say it? Plug in my key.